Court issues arrest warrant for Nigerian blogger VeryDarkMan in Chinwo defamation case. On March 13, 2025, a Chief Magistrate Court in Wuse Zone 6, Abuja, issued a bench warrant for the arrest of Nigerian blogger Martins Vincent Ose, popularly known as VeryDarkMan (VDM), in connection with a criminal defamation case filed by gospel singer Chinwo. The warrant was issued by Magistrate Emmanuel Iyana after VDM failed to appear in court in response to a summons dated March 5th. Despite pleas from VDM's counsel, DG Adeyanju, who requested an opportunity to present his client at the next hearing, Magistrate Iyana declined to vacate the arrest warrant. The case stems from allegations made by VDM on social media accusing Chinwo of diverting $350,000 in a contractual dispute with her former record label boss, Ezekiel Onyedikachukwu, known as Easy T. Chinwo's legal team, led by Pelumi Olajembesi, has presented documentary evidence including emails and payment receipts to refute these claims and protect her reputation. The prosecution asserts that VDM's actions violate Section 391 of the Penal Code and Section 24, subsection 1b of the Cybercrime Prohibition Prevention (ETC) Act 2015. Additionally, Chinwo's counsel has filed a 1.1 billion naira lawsuit against VDM at the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, seeking a public apology, retraction, and deletion of the alleged defamatory statements. VDM, born Martin Vincent Ose on April 8, 1994 in Edo State, Nigeria, is a social media influencer and activist who gained attention for his controversial videos and critiques of Nigerian celebrities. He has previously faced legal issues, including arrest on allegations of cyberbullying and defamation. Abuja High Court threatened to jail Senate President Akpabio over Natasha's suspension. Senate President Akpabio and other top legislative officials are facing potential imprisonment for allegedly defying a court order related to the suspension of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. The Federal High Court in Abuja issued Form 48, a notice of disobedience indicating that non-compliance could lead to contempt charges and subsequent imprisonment. The legal proceedings stemmed from a suit filed by Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan against the Clerk of the National Assembly, the Senate President Akpabio, and Senator Neda Mashwa, chairman of the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Code of Conduct. The court had previously granted an interim injunction restraining the Senate from proceedings with an investigation into Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan's alleged misconduct during a February 20th plenary session. Despite being served with the court order on March 5th, the defendants allegedly disregarded it, leading to the initiation of contempt proceedings. The court notice emphasized that willful disobedience of its order renders the defendants liable for contempt, which may result in imprisonment unless they comply. The court has also directed the defendants to show cause why an interlocutory injunction should not be granted against them, reinforcing that the plaintiff's privileges as a senator must be upheld in accordance with the Nigerian Constitution, Senate Standing Orders, and Legislative Houses Power and Privileges Act. In response to these developments, the Nigerian-American Coalition for Justice and Democracy has issued an ultimatum defending Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan's reinstatement. Damagum Dares Wike says South-South Congress can't stand. Acting National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Ambassador Umar Damagum, has declared that the recent South-South Zonal Congress organized by allies of the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) Minister Nyesom Wike cannot stand. Speaking at the inauguration of the South-South Zonal Caretaker Committee at the PDP headquarters in Abuja, Damagum emphasized that the tenure of the previous zonal committee had expired, necessitating the formation of a caretaker committee before conducting a valid congress. He stated there was no election as far as the party is concerned in the South-South. The tenure of the zonal committee has expired, and we still have a few weeks or a month or so to do the zonal congress. So we find it necessary to come up with this caretaker committee. Damagum urged the newly inaugurated caretaker committee to operate without bias and to work diligently towards establishing an all-inclusive executive committee for the zone. He also reaffirmed the PDP's position as a long-standing political entity contrasting it with newer parties like the All Progressive Congress (APC), and encouraged party leaders to remain steadfast, stating that no one is a better Nigerian than they are. This development highlights ongoing internal dispute within the PDP, particularly concerning the legitimacy of party activities in the South-South region. The party leadership's decision to appoint a caretaker committee underscores efforts to maintain organizational integrity and adhere to constitutional provisions. It's my turn to chop. Obasanjo knocked Tinubu over 15 trillion naira highway project. Others. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has criticized the 15.6 trillion naira Lagos-Calabar coastal highway project, labeling it as wasteful and corrupt. He also condemned the 1 billion naira allocation for a new official residence for Vice President Kashim Shettima, describing it as a misplaced priority designed to embezzle public funds. These remarks are detailed in his new book, Nigerian Past and Future, released in celebration of his 88th birthday. Obasanjo expressed concerns that the current administration under President Bola Tinubu is perpetuating a culture of transactional governance, encapsulated by the slogan, "It is my turn to chop." He criticized the awarding of the Lagos-Calabar highway contract to high-tech construction company owned by Gilbert Chaguri, a known associate of Tinubu, without competitive bidding. The 700-kilometer project is projected to cost 4.93 billion naira per kilometer, with an initial 1.06 trillion naira allocated for the pilot phase. Highlighting issues of governance, Obasanjo accused many Nigerian leaders of being ill-prepared and self-centered, focusing on personal enrichment at the nation's expense. He advocated for the development of Afro-democracy, a system of governance that aligns with African history, culture, and values as more suitable alternative to Western liberal democracy. In response to this criticism, presidential spokesman Bayo Onanuga declined to comment. "I left APC with Buhari's consent," says El-Rufai. Former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai has confirmed that he left the All Progressive Congress (APC) with the full knowledge and consent of former President Muhammadu Buhari. In a recent interview with BBC Hausa, El-Rufai stated, "I left the APC with his full knowledge. I visited him on Friday and informed him of my decision to leave the party because I involved and consult with him on all my matters." El-Rufai emphasized his long-standing practice of consulting Buhari on significant political decisions, including appointments during his tenure as Kaduna Governor. He mentioned that before appointing commissioners, he will present a list to Buhari to ensure none had ever insulted him. Buhari will then approve and pray for their success. Regarding his departure from the APC, El-Rufai expressed dissatisfaction with the party's current direction, stating that it has diverted from its founding principles. He criticized the party for abandoning the people, pursuing personal interests, and turning governance into a business enterprise where everything has a price. He also lamented the lack of justice and recognition for those who worked for the party, noting that appointments are now controlled by a select group from Lagos. El-Rufai also addressed speculations about his departure being linked to not securing a ministerial position. He refuted these claims, stating that he never sought a ministerial role in President Bola Tinubu's cabinet. He revealed that although Tinubu publicly requested his assistance to address the nation's power sector challenges, he felt misled as the promises made were not fulfilled. In summary, El-Rufai's decision to leave the APC was made with Buhari's consent and was driven by his perception that the party has strayed from its original ideals, becoming more self-serving and less focused on justice and the welfare of its members. Alleged sexual harassment, Senate passes vote of confidence on Akpabio. On March 13, 2025, the Nigerian Senate unanimously passed a vote of confidence in its president, Godswill Akpabio, amid allegations of sexual harassment by Senator Natasha The motion, presented by Senate leader Opayemi Bamidele and seconded by Deputy Minority Leader Olalere Oyewumi, emphasized the Senate's support for Akpabio's leadership. Bamidele clarified that Akpoti-Uduaghan's recent 6-month suspension was due to gross misconduct and unruly behavior, not as sexual harassment allegations against Akpabio. He cited her refusal to sit in her assigned seat, speaking without recognition, and making abusive remarks against the Senate leadership as reasons for the disciplinary action. The Senate noted that the sexual harassment allegation is currently before the court, and according to Senate Rule 40, matters under judicial consideration cannot be discussed in the chamber. Deputy Senate President Barau Jibrin who presided over the session, urged Nigerians not to let the allegations distract from the legislative responsibilities of the National Assembly. This development follows Akpabio's address to the Interparliamentary Union (IPU) in New York, where she claimed her suspension resulted from raising the sexual harassment issue against Akpabio. The Senate, however, maintains that her suspension was solely due to misconduct unrelated to her allegations. Akpabio, who has served as the 15th president of the Nigerian Senate since June 2023, continues to receive the backing of his colleagues despite the ongoing controversy. Follow for more. March 13, 2025.